And continuing in this line of thinking, I think we're gonna have Philip. Philip, who's been kind of like one of the earliest contributor. I mean, Philip and his team have actually been working on our Rust SDK implementation of Arkade. So we're super excited to have him here. And we're going to kick things off with him just showcasing a little bit of what he's been cooking up on Arkade specifically. And like I said, you know, with Arkade, we're going beyond payments. We're going beyond moving money, Roy, and towards like you know, an whole array of applications on Bitcoin and capital markets and opportunities there. And we have an early prototype of what this might look like, I think. So I'll leave it to Philip to break it down for us.
Thank you. You didn't spoil anything yet, did you? All right. Anyways, thank you for the introduction. I'm Philip. Some of you might still remember me from my time at 10.10.1, where we built non-custodial trading using DLCs. These days, we build non-custodial Bitcoin-backed loans. But as Alex said, over the last year, we've been contributing a lot to Arkade, the Rust SDK. I want to share my short story about how I got into Ark and how I learned about it. The first time I came across it was, I think it was 2023 when they pitched it or presented it. And I honestly dismissed it because it was, yeah, it's just another L2, like boring. So many new L2s are coming out, Lightning payments. My Lightning node is running actually pretty stable. I don't have a Raspberry Pi, but I run it on my own node and my own server at home. No issues there. Why would I need another L2? Digging a little bit into it, I realized, hey, actually, Ark is pretty cool. You can have super fast transactions. And digging a little bit deeper, I realized, hey, we can keep the blockchain clean and the mempool lean. Like Dasher would be proud of us. We can move everything, all the spam, what he considers as spam, from the chain off-chain. So I was looking a little bit into his history, and one of the first things he declared as spam was Satoshi Dice. If you remember that, 2012, really cool game. You could lose a lot of sats. So I did that. I brought Satoshi Dice to Arkade. I called it Sats Day, because every day is Sats Day. It's a provably fair game, and if you remember how Satoshi Dice work, it's very simple. You have a server, and it has, I think, 11 addresses, and each different address, if you send money there, gives you a different probability of either winning or losing. So I think the chance was between 1.05 to 1000x of winning. And I played around, like eating your own dog food, played around with our own Rust SDK, and it was actually really, really simple to just build this up. You spin up a client, say 11 addresses, someone sends you money, you check where the money came from, and you throw some dice, and you return the winnings or you keep it. And the cool thing about Arkade is that it's a very, very simple model. It has a server and a client, and the communication is via HTTP or gRPC, which means it gives you all the freedom. You already heard from Thierry earlier that you can run it in the browser, which means you can run it basically anywhere. And I built it with the Rust SDK on the server and TypeScript in the front end. That's just the tools I'm familiar with. Then I was digging a little bit deeper and deeper, and then I realized, hey, if we can do basically transactions on Arkade, we can have custom scripts. We can have Bitcoin standard scripts on Arkade. So everything we do on chain, which is slow and expensive, we can just move on Arkade. And that's what we did. And I'm happy to announce that today we are also launching together with Arkade on Arkade Bitcoin-backed loans. So you can have non-custodial Bitcoin-backed loans with instant payouts. And I don't... And of course, it's not just vaporware. I want to also showcase it. And as every demo, please bear with me and wish me luck. All right, you've seen the wallet before, right? Lendasat you will find in here in under apps. So Arkade, I think you didn't talk about that yet, but they have this concept of an app store where a builder can integrate their apps, and Lendasat is in there, Bolt is in there. And it's loading, okay. We have to hope that the Wi-Fi holds. So originally Lendasat, or until now, Lendasat worked with Bitcoin on-chain loans, but now we have a new asset, so you have Bitcoin on Arkade. Eventually we're gonna hide the complexity so that you don't even know where you're gonna, it's all just Bitcoin. And in this use case, we're just gonna borrow $10, and what you borrow is USDC on Polygon. So until Arkade has their own assets on Arkade, or until we have our synthetic assets on Arkade, you need a different place of where you get the stable coins, and in our case, we use Polygon for this. So I used a Rabbi wallet to get an Ethereum address. I sent a request, and Lendasat is a peer-to-peer marketplace. So this is some real lender somewhere who is going to accept, hopefully, our request. And yes, it was accepted. And once it is accepted, we see how much Bitcoin as collateral we have to put up. Those who are familiar with Bitcoin-backed loans, you have to over-collateralize. So we were borrowing $10, and now we have to put up almost $20 or $15 worth of sats. And if you have done a Bitcoin-backed loan, you know that funding it takes time. And everyone knows it's the 10 minutes block time, but I would rather describe it as the Schrödinger block time, because every single time I make a transaction, it's gonna take an hour until the next block is. Like literally, I swear they do it on purpose. And the cool thing with Arkade is that this is literally instant. Boom, we funded our contract already. And if the lender is up to speed, he will immediately, he already dispersed the funds and already got my $10 in there. And I think that's the first time you can do a non-custodial Bitcoin-backed loan with instant settlement and instant payouts. That's pretty cool. All right, we had that. And once you understood that, you will inevitably figure out, hey, actually, it's so much more we can build. We heard about Arkade assets, we heard about Arkade scripts, and with all of this, you have a real new virtual execution layer on top of Bitcoin with the most important feature, non-custodial or self-custodialness. And with this, with introduction of introspection or transaction governance or more complex arithmetic operations, we can build really cool stuff like prediction markets, lending pools, AMM pools, or synthetic assets. And Arkade really brings back what I came into Bitcoin in the first place, to have programmable money. Thank you.